Sweet kiss our little. Now for go alone, yeah. Sweet kiss our liver. Now for go along. You take it from Peter today, Paul will take it from you tomorrow, mama. Sweet, living is sweet, oh, whether rich or poor. Why not pray for a long fellow? You can pray for a long life. As long as you live, you know, the better we grow. Fine, power is fine, oh, it can make you heavy. It's just like a brook, you know, they pay to capsize. Sweet, kiss our liver. Not for go alone. Human being can eat it, or a picture can eat it. Kiss our liver. Kiss our liver. Oh, sweet kiss our liver. Not for go alone. You take it from Peter today, or Paul will take it from you tomorrow, mama. You take it from me today, or mother will take it from you tomorrow. Fine, oh, fine, may your feel. What people do to you, you dare to cry. Hard enough for one person, oh, it's a matter of time. After me is a lesson, yeah, rather this I had. Sweet kiss our liver, not for go alone, mama. Human being can eat it, oh, the deer can eat it. Good our liver. Sweet is our liver, not for go alone. Human beings can eat it, or a creature eat it too. Sweet, living is sweet, oh, whether rich or poor. Why not pray for long fellow? They can pray for long life. As long as they're living, the better we grow. You check it from me right today, oh, Mira will check it from you tomorrow, mama. Hey. You take it from Peter today, oh, Paul will take it from you tomorrow. Fine, power is power. It can make you heavy. Looking like a crook, you know, a way to capsize. Kesawalio, Kesawalia.
Good morning, welcome to everybody. Today is another brand new day for 2A radio broadcast. Kasawali is not for good alone. The meaning I can attach to that is that government institutions or running a government is not for one person. Today you could be enjoying the immunity that you have, but tomorrow could be another person. Keep that in mind. Today I have with me Ibrahim Olu Koli. He will give us an update, and therefrom we have a very important discussion. Keep tuned. Ibrahim, what is happening in Liberia?
Thank you very much, Mr. Jensen. It's a pleasure again to be on the platform to inform our people, our regular followers, our regular listeners, and those who took up the time to follow us and watch every edition of this inside Liberia. So, firstly, let me start to appreciate the management for posting up my birthday card for celebrating along with me. Yesterday, uh, day before yesterday was my birthday.
In fact, but for that information, I think there was three of you, right? It
Yeah,
was
we were
you,
three. Yeah, yeah,
Mapu, and
and
Alice.
yeah.
So
So we
it was good
celebrated
to
the.
get you guys. Yeah, I mean, thank you for saying that. We also want to say, hey, it's good that all of you guys are still alive and kicking dust all around the place. So let's see what's happening in Liberia.
All right. As you may be aware, quickly with the issue of the most talked about election that was to be held on the 10th of May on Tuesday. Uh, it came to a standstill where the National Elections Commission, Deviata Brown Lasana, in a press conference reading a press statement, says that election has been put to a standstill or come to a halt because the issue involving the framework document, the CPP, the Unity Party, and so forth. There's need that it be properly clear as to whether the Unity Party candidate will contest or Unity Party will be a candidate in that election. So, as we stand, they are yet to conduct the process. You said the process will not be conducted until the court can release the final verdict because that's a legal area. So the legal house need to come up with a legal statement that the National Elections Commission going to adhere to in terms of conducting the local county by election. Two, the issue of the Kumi case concerning the one framework document Hall and Pool. Uh, on yesterday, Joseph Boaka, former vice president, who is the head of the former ruling Unity Party, as you may recall, few days back or months back, he said if the chance is given him to testify against the Alternative National Congress political leader, Elizana Benedict Cummings, he will testify because it's not proving or it's not going the way in which they expect such issue or situation to unfold. So on yesterday, he was invited to also testify as to what's much about this Kumi issue that he know of to testify. And me we yesterday and testify. So and with that, yeah, yet to be is yet to be concluded. The one Kumi case is yet to be the final verdict is not yet given, and people were like confused when the former vice president went to provide his own perspective on the issue concerning the document that, according to him, he didn't know of. He can't remember the Unity Party, any member of the party signing such a document and so forth. So, as it stands, the case is yet to be finalized at the Supreme Court of Liberia or at the Temple of Justice. And finally, with this issue of the State Council sitting as I reported on months back concerning my Bon County or my county or the North Central region of Liberia, Bonk. The local human rights groups has uh, Coach Jesse Bashuko, who is the executive director of uh, human rights group called Delta Human Rights Foundation, and Aaron G.V. Dwakoli, who is uh, the executive director of Foundation for International Dignity, Bond chapter as well. They also call on several civil society group organization which has been headed by other Liberians or other Bongis in the county that there is need that this local government act that was signed and passed in the law 2018 that the county authorities adhere to it because months back the superintendent of the county, Madam Esa Yama Walker, including the PMC chairman, Steve Jokole Molba, they was involved into a corruption scandal that circulated in the country concerning withdrawing of 900,000 United States dollar from the county account. So they needed to go through uh, the auditing statement or auditing procedure because the complaint reached to the GAC, and then GAC came out with a report that yes, it's factual that that amount was withdrawn from the county account. So there was need that the county, be the superintendent and the project management committee chair go to an audit. So the CSOs or the human rights groups in the county stood their ground and said that there's no county council sitting going to take place until say investigation or say audit is conducted. So as we speak, they were on the court and pool, and then the current caucus chair, Madam Representative Mama Breeze Mensah, who is representing District Number 6, Salala to be specific, said they should go into another county council setting. And then the human rights leaders said they will not go into a county setting because they thought that they are yet to go through the audit, stated by the GAC. So there is no need that they conduct a county council sitting. The county council sitting can only be conducted if they go through the auditing procedure. If they are not found guilty, then they can go through another county council sitting. So they started immediately. The caucus wanted like to force the process, and then they said if the CSO's leader said if the caucus try to force the process of going through county council sitting, they would take the radical approach, which of course they're going to take the street protest massively. So as we speak, they went to Supreme Court. There was a form, a dialogue campaign being organized by those CSOs groups in the county, and then they raised some money and they took the case to Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court filed a writ of prohibition that go through that process through the local government act through auditing procedure before the county can go into a sitting. So as it stands, that's where the county case is.
Okay, thank you so much, Ibrahim. I know you have so much interest in Bond County, right? Now the Supreme Court has halted that process, and we follow up on that process the next time that we have an opportunity to discuss the matter. But having heard from you on those events that are unfolding in Liberia, let's go straight into our major discussion this morning. Today, we're going to be discussing the role situation in Liberia, and we know that it's affecting not just the economy, the movement of people. We saw the conditions of the Southeastern Road that, from the PUL visit. So at this point, we asked patient to play this. Okay, this is just some of the photos that we have as to the road condition in that part of Liberia, the southeastern side of Liberia. Let's bear in mind, President Weah promised to show a coastal highway. But let's listen to the president's message, his first annual message to the national legislature, his promises to the people of Liberia, what he was going to do about road condition in Liberia.
An immediate strategy for reducing poverty, increasing youth empowerment through job creation and training, and improving the productivity of our economy is to embark upon a comprehensive road and highway construction program that will link
all we have from World Clinical Thing. Patient, is that all video you can play in the background? Okay, that
capital with all weather paved primary roads. They will be built to the highest international standard. And linked to pave secondary farm to market road that will enhance agriculture, trade, and tourism in Liberia. Particular priority will be given to the coastal highway that will run from Buchanan to Harper. We eventually end the complete isolation of the southeastern region, Liberia. A condition that have existed since the formation of this country.
Okay, thank you so much, patient, and I think thank you so much, patient, and that is the crust of today's discussion. He heard the president of Liberia, his promise to the people of Liberia, particularly the southeastern people, his own people. Now, we have gone, we are in the 5th year. Next year is election. If he said he was going to prioritize the construction of road, coastal highway that will run from Buchanan to the southeastern side of the country, and you have this kind of deplorable situation. The President of Liberia just came from the southeastern side celebrating World Press Freedom Day. The condition is not encouraging. You can see for yourself. And you just heard the president doing his first State of the Nation address to members of the legislative body of that government. How do we think Liberia, he himself, he recognized that the road situation is an age-old problem. But what is he doing? What kind of a massive decision have they taken that will encourage or that will relieve the people of the condition? See the truck. Business people get stuck in the mud. And this is just one aspect of the road. The government will have to explain herself if she's succeeding in her own promise to the people. It's not just about talking, it's about the reality. I saw a young man trying to take his goods on a motorbike. The life expectancy of Liberia right now, this is a young man. How long is this fellow going to live if he keep doing this thing? How long? Until you face reality, you're never going to understand the pains. Now, when this man is suffering under this kind of condition, how is he going to enjoy his children, his life? This is just one person we're looking at here. But think about it. How many persons in Liberia are going through this level of stress? It's not just about running media institutions. It's about pointing out those things so that those who are governing will be more serious than ever before. Right now, it's all about thinking about election, dividing money here and there, giving money to ULA, giving money to the press union, giving money to the churches, and what have you. It's not solving the problem. It's not solving the problem. Look, if you have started building the coastal highway, if nobody think that it's a magic to construct a road, it involves money, it involves a lot more resources, but you start the process. If you build 1 mile road, just do it, to an extent. You say you're going to build it to an international standard. That's what Joey has said. So start the process. Start building the road to an international standard. 1 mile road will be, when constructed to an international standard, will remain for a very long time. But have you started a coastal highway? You promised you're going to do this before the ending of your tenure. We're going to the 5th year. So what is it? Abraham, you are in Liberia. What can you say about the road condition in Monrovia and now to the southeast? How is the road condition in the country?
Very good. Thank you again, Mr. Jensen. Like you rightly put it, the president at the time being elected said road connection or road connectivity going to be a first priority or first issue on his plate that he will work on in the soonest possible time. But for now, I can tell you in Monrovia, the capital, Monrovia, there are still road constraints before we go to the southeast. There are some places in Monrovia there is no quota. The Johnsonville Belt, the Mount Barklesa. There's no quota when we fall. It almost look at the southeast where the people coming from.
Wow.
So it shows that the road connectivity or road connection the president spoke about Probably maybe someone would say from here to from Monrovia to Banga, the road is paved, is well good that people can ride from here to Ganta. And I saw a post from the public work minister on their official Facebook page stating that the road from Ganta to Sekepi is in preparedness or it will soon be completed. So they will soon be turning it over. But again, of recent, the president of Liberia, I mean, World Press Freedom Day celebration they went for, we saw our colleagues. Even the president of the UN himself got down from the car. They had to
Mhm.
use center language to jack the bus. They use. I saw the video. Hmm? They got all of them
Mhm.
got out from the car. Some of them was helping to push the bus that they chartered to carry other media practitioners to celebrate. I mean the occasion. So
I
there are a
think
lot of
you.
constraints. There are lots of constraints that people are going through the southeast. Normally, business people don't move from over here to go Maryland. People just cross and go Ivory Coast and get goods and come back to Maryland due to road connectivity or the lack of road connection. That is a main problem that lead them to Ivory Coast and come back to Maryland. So if I leave Maryland to come over to Bar, how will I go back if I'm spending 2 days or 4 days on the road because of bad road and my connectivity? And you need me yourself borrow medicine. You borrow medicine at the end of the day. The folks in Maryland don't able to transport our local produce to Monrovia. The folks in River G don't able to transport our local produce to the capital. The folks in Sino, they see constraint Riverset, they see constraint.
Abraham, when you talk about constraint, is like the government will have to speak of the constraints. All
Seriously.
right. It is they that promised the Liberian people that we're going to build a coastal highway. It is the presidents who told members of the legislative government or legislative branch of government. So that promise, we hold them by that. Liberians should not be under this condition. This guy is a representative of the young people in our country. See how he's all stressed up. Is suffering. No one deserves it. No one. The condition must be improved. It's not, I get so irritated when I see that the government is distributing money to institutions and groups and forgetting to remember our own promise to the people. We cannot live under this condition, or the people cannot live under this condition, and you think you're running an effective government. The public works ministry. There's a road condition right in Virginia, as you said, Abraham, right in Virginia. I was in Liberia 2019. The lunar bridge that connects how you call the place that connects Virginia to Clay Ashland, that bridge got destroyed. Up to today's date, that bridge is still destroyed. So it's not about what we want to say, it's about how the people of Liberia should have an opportunity to move from one point to another. It's not a good thing to see people suffering continuously. We all have to, if the government has constraint and cannot live up to our own promise, they need to give an update. What are the reasons why the government is failing? In some areas, and why are they succeeding in some areas? It's not about coming up and window dressing the road situation in Liberia. If the road is paved from red light to Buchanan and from Buchanan to Lima County, that's commendable. But is it a holistic approach? How are you addressing the road condition in Liberia? Now, I have seen the road from Broad Street to Douala, right around Claratown area there. All right, these conditions should not be the way they are. Now, someone will say The road has been like this from J.J. Robert days. Like Georgia will fix it. And people who are suffering with are the ones who are raising this kind of a lazy argument. Why did Georgia become president? He became president because he felt he could make a difference. You heard him say the road has been a serious problem from time past. This time, no one should be telling me, oh, the road was like that from J.J. Robert time, like Georgia will fix it. Why did he become president? Georgia became president because the people thought he would have relieved them, not just from poverty, but from conditions, deplorable conditions like this young man. This young man could be a minister. If he had opportunity like the Samuel Tour, the Mangel, it's possible this guy may be a college graduate. But see this guy, you're not going. This man has a mindset to do business. How many of those guys will find this man and say, no, man, this man who I've seen, let me give you an opportunity to do business, to do something bigger than this. So it's not just about yourself, it's not about your family, it's about governing the people of Liberia and then trying as much as possible to better their condition. Abraham, you talk about the Bannersville Road.
Yeah.
Are people really concerned? Are people happy about the road condition? How long does it take for someone to leave from Bannerville to get to Broad Street? Can I use 1 hour to get to Monrovia, to get to Central Town, if I was in Bannerville this morning and try to get over?
You will only get in Monrovia in 1 hour time or in 45 minute time if you get on motorbike. Cause at times the traffic stuck to Bonneville to the extent that the traffic police himself get confused and don't know what to do. But when it's much better, you can use an hour from Bonneville to town when the traffic is free. And when it's free, use 1 hour in vehicle to go to town. But when it's stuck, you have to use motorbike to go, and that of which you're gonna spend a huge sum of money. So even the road from Barnesville to pass, if you're passing through Carwell from the Quebec end to get to Corwell, that whole road, that whole belt is cut off. No quota is dusty when rainfall, that place is muddy up, just how the southeastern is looking.
Wow.
That's just how that look.
But
So if
again,
you take, if you also take the road from there to go all the way upper Corwell inside Samokatan intersection,
mm,
that quota, the entire road have cut, and they are dug deep hole to the extent that when you're leaving from a piece of quota, your car, or if you don't take out your car engine or a bumper, we're not scraping in the quota to get down in the hole, because that place the quota have been eat up, water stay there, and the place is muddy up. The roads, I mean, these are things that when we see, we talk, people say, oh, you don't like the government, you don't shit. We will not come on this kind of platform to blindfold our people who are out there, who are seeing the
right,
thing every day.
right, right.
Yeah, so the thing is over. Even the water side and the way they constructed the quota, when
Mm,
rainfall heavily, capital papa water sit on that quota that people don't, even if you're walking on the side, car pass there, they will mess you up. Motorbike pass, they will mess you up. The place no freeway for water to flow, even Freeport. Even on Freeport, water sit there. So I don't know. I mean, they kind of constrain people feel the rule, and then the president taking over say that the issue of road connection or road connectivity is going to be priority, major priority. When Liberians are crying, when Liberians are who are engaging in farming activities, struggling to bring that local produce on the market because of the lack of roads, the loss, all of what they spend, all of that strength they apply in getting some of those things. So I mean, it's just hard to say, but we just have to flag it continuously so that they can know that the Liberian people, or the president can know that the Liberians that elected him, who took their time in the rain, in the sun, are not deserving what they needed to benefit.
Okay, Abraham, I think we only came this morning because we want to raise a very serious issue concerning the road. Joshua could be doing well in other areas, but
Yeah,
today we want the government to realize that they did make a promise. to the people of Liberia. And that promise is to get a coastal highway. Whether that promise is possible or not, the constraints, the government is under obligation to tell Liberians. We are emphasizing this because this past week we saw what happened to the southeastern roads. We are seeing pictures. So we thought that Liberians need to see and hear the promise from George Weah and the condition itself. To close up on this, we asked Patient to play again the speech made by George Weah on the first year of governance to members of legislature and the people of Liberia.
An immediate strategy for reducing poverty, increasing youth empowerment through job creation and training, and improving the productivity of the economy is to embark upon a comprehensive road and highway construction program that will link all counties, capital with all weather paved primary roads. They will be built to the highest international standard. And linked to pave secondary farm to market road that will enhance agriculture, trade, and tourism in Liberia. Particular priority will be given to the coastal highway that will run from Buchanan to Harper. We eventually end the complete isolation of the southeastern region, Liberia.
Thank you so much, Patient. And you can see the people nodding their heads. But having said that, it's up to the people, it's up to the government to know exactly whether they are performing, whether they are underperforming, and then to see whether they can adjust themselves with the coming 1 year they have or the 1 year and a half they have. Whatever they're going to be doing is up to them. And Liberians themselves, the condition they face, you cannot sit and expect the government to perform when you don't tell them what they need to do. Although the government should know what their own promises are, but it's also the business of the people, civil society, media, political parties. You can make the government to live up to her promises for the period she says she's going to do certain things. Having said that, Abraham, is there any closing comment from you?
Well, I just want to say thanks to our viewers for taking up their time again once more. Thank you so much. Thank the entire management team of the African Actions Online Network, television, and online radio as well, and the newspaper. Thanks to our entire team. Thank you again once more. Thanks to our precious viewers, listeners. It's a pleasure being on the platform once again. I'm humble. Abraham Collier remains. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm James Jensen. We want to say thanks to you, Abraham, and Patient. We want to say thanks this morning. Until next time, this is 2A Radio Inside Liberia. Join us on Monday for a brand new edition. Have a pleasant, and a wonderful day.